Once upon a time, in a kingdom made of pure gold, there lived a little Goldy who loved to blow bubbles. She would spend hours blowing bubbles and chasing them around the golden palace, giggling all the while. One day, Goldy was blowing bubbles in the royal garden when she noticed something strange. All of her bubbles were turning black. She tried blowing more bubbles, but they all turned black too. "Oh dear," said Goldy, "why are all my bubbles turning black?" Just then, an old turtle poked his head out from under a bush. "What's all this commotion about?" he asked. "My bubbles," said Goldy. "They're supposed to be colorful and fun, but they're turning black." The old turtle looked at the bubbles and said, "It looks like you're missing some bubble kids. Without them, your bubbles will turn black and lose their color." Goldy had no idea what the turtle was talking about, so she went to ask her mother, the queen. "Mother, mother," she said, "what are bubble kids?" The queen was polishing her golden crown, and she didn't even look up. "How should I know?" she said. "You're the one who's always blowing bubbles. Ask your father, the king." So Goldy went to find the king, who was busy playing with his toy soldiers. "Father, father," she said, "what are bubble kids?" The king looked at her for a moment without saying anything. Then he sighed and said, "I'm afraid I don't know, my dear. Perhaps you should ask your grandfather, the Wizard King." The Wizard King lived in a tall, pointy tower made of pure magic. Goldy climbed the tower as fast as she could, eager to find out what the bubble kids were. When she finally reached the top and knocked on the door, an old kind face looked out at her. come in," the Wizard King said, waving his hand. "What can I do for you, my dear Goldy?" "Oh, grandfather," she said, "I was blowing bubbles in the garden today, and all my bubbles turned black. I think I'm missing something called bubble kids. Do you know what they are?" The Wizard King stroked his long white beard and closed his eyes. He said, "Of course I know what the bubble kids are. I used to blow bubbles with them long ago." He opened his eyes and said, "The bubble kids are the children of the rainbow fish. They live at the bottom of the wishing pool and are born from the light that shines through the water lilies that grow there." "That sounds wonderful," said Goldy, "but I haven't seen any rainbow fish at the bottom of the pool." "That's because they only appear when someone is in great need of bubbles," said the Wizard King. "You must be very careful when you go to get them, Goldy. If the rainbow fish see that you have any dark thoughts or feelings in your heart, they will turn away and you will never see them." Goldy thanked the Wizard King and hurried down the tower. She walked quickly through the garden and out the palace gates. There, at the edge of the kingdom, she found the wishing pool. It was filled with sparkling water, and beautiful water lilies floated on its surface. Goldy took a deep breath, calmed herself, and then dove into the pool. As she swam down, 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 she saw the most beautiful fish she had ever seen. Their scales shimmered with every color of the rainbow, but when they saw Goldy, they all turned away and hid among the water lilies. Goldy knew that they were the rainbow fish, and she tried to make herself as happy and carefree as possible. She blew a bubble with all her might, and it floated up toward the surface. As it rose, a tiny fish emerged from behind a lily pad and followed it. More bubbles, more fish. Soon, Goldy had gathered a whole school of rainbow fish. She was so happy that she laughed and played with them until it was time to go. When she surfaced and climbed onto a nearby rock, she realized that the fish had brought her a gift. At the bottom of the pool, they had woven a net out of water lilies and filled it with colorful bubbles. Goldy took the bubbles in her hands, and they felt cool and refreshing. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and blew. Out popped a bubble, round and perfect and shimmering with all the colors of the rainbow. Goldy chased the bubble as it floated away, and suddenly she wasn't afraid anymore. She knew that as long as she had the bubble kids to help her, her bubbles would never turn black again. And so she played in her golden kingdom, blowing bubbles and laughing, happier than she had ever been before.